All right. Finally doing one something different. All right. So we're going to take every team. Hmm. I mean, part of me wants to just do 7, but I mean, seven's kind of a lot. Seven's kind of a lot. Like, let's be honest. Let's do. We'll just do one for right now. We'll do one round. Let's see how that goes. Okay. All right, first, I got Jacksonville. I mean, I don't know if any Jacksonville fans will be watching. I don't know who y'all want. But I mean, like, I think even though Aiden Hutchinson's at the top, Kayvon Thibodeau is still probably the best, uh, player in this draft. I mean, here's the thing: Aiden Hutchinson is like insanely talented. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think you can argue the best player in this draft is probably actually either Kayvon Thibodeau or Kyle Hamilton. The only problem with Kyle Hamilton, I mean, he's a safety, so he's just not going to go that high. Like, yeah, he's still going to go high first round, but he's not going to go like top 3 probably. So I mean, I think we got to take Kayvon Thibodeau here. That only makes sense. The Lions are in a spot probably to take best player available because I mean, let's be honest, like there are some games you watch where like they definitely play hard for Dan Campbell, and you got to respect that. I mean, um, a great example. I mean, John Madden just passed away yesterday, but his whole thing as a coach was like make your players want to play for you, and I'm pretty sure that's what they do. I'm not pretty sure. I know that that's what they got going on in Detroit. So it's like you're in a spot to take best player available because I mean there's just so many holes on that team. But I mean I think Aiden Hutchinson is probably the way to go here. All right. So many teams need edge rushers, man. I mean this is a great edge class for sure. I mean both of our picks already have been edge rushers, and I mean, George Karlofs is going to go high. David Ajabo is probably going to go higher than people think. Trayvon Walker is probably going to go higher than people think. Even Jermaine Johnson might even sneak into the first round. I wouldn't even be surprised. But like, we just have so many good edge rushers in this draft. Like Zach Harrison is very talented, and he's what the 15th ranked edge rusher or something. Like it's crazy. I mean, Boy Mafe, he's very good. We just have it's just like I said, it's just such a loaded edge class. Xavier Thomas all the way down here. I mean, Xavier Thomas obviously isn't as good as the rest of these guys, but like he's still a talented edge rusher. Adam Anderson. I mean, Adam Anderson would be up higher if he didn't have all those charges against him. But I mean, Houston's kind of like Detroit though. Houston's like Detroit in the sense where it's like they have so many holes on that team to where like you could just take anybody. Edge obviously huge need, cornerback, safety. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think Davis Mills is probably gonna be a solid quarterback. I'm not saying he's gonna be like amazing, but I think he's gonna be solid enough to where he could start for them for at least a few years to come. Wide receiver, I mean, besides Brandon Cooks, who they really got, you know what I mean? Interior O line, the only good player on their O line is Laramie Tunsil. Running back, I mean, Rex Burkhead just put up 149 rushing yards, so I mean, um, linebacker, yeah, they just have so many holes on this team. It's just, I mean, like I was saying, like Kyle Hamilton may be overall the best like player in this draft, but it's just like you don't get enough value at safety. You know what I mean? Because it's safety. Yes, like sure you can send him on a blitz every once in a while. They drop him in his zone coverage, but like one safeties rarely ever play man coverage. And I mean, I guess unless you're like a really like hard hitting like run stopping safety, which I mean Kyle Hamilton definitely could be. Um, I just don't see him going as high as top three. Even though, like I said, he's an amazing player, but I just don't see him going as high. He kind of reminds me of like Isaiah Simmons in a sense, where Isaiah Simmons coming out of Clemson was like that hybrid linebacker safety kind of guy, where it was like, oh, he can play safety, he can play linebacker, he can play nickel corner, you can rush him off the edge, like you can just do anything with him. And kind of, and not maybe not to that extent, but like kind of, you know what I mean? So definitely kind of a guy like that. Where even Simmons dropped, I think dropped lower than a lot of people thought. But I think with Houston, I mean, who I don't like. That's the pro. I don't even know who their top corner is. Bradley Roby, I think. But I think Derek Stingley is the way to go here. I think it's got to be. All right, Jets. Like I said, everybody needs an edge rusher, man. Everybody. Granted, even if you have good edge rushers, you can't go wrong with getting more. Okay, so edge and OT. It's interesting here because George Karlaftis, I think, would fit the Jets defense very well. Ika Mokwanu, I think, is going to be a very good tackle. But the thing that gets me here is that, okay, just because it says starting left tackle doesn't mean you can't play right tackle in the NFL. I think if you can play left tackle, right tackle should be. Right tackle is more of like a run blocking side, but it's like if you can play left tackle, you should be able to play right tackle. The thing that gets me is I feel like I should go Evan Neal here for a couple reasons. One, I think depending on who you talk to, some people might think Evan Neal is better than Ika Mekwanu. I think Evan Neal is better than Ika Mekwanu. Nothing against Ika, but I just think Evan Neal's better. And the Jets already got Mekhi Becton. So, I mean, that would literally give you like the two biggest tackle, like two bookend tackles in all of the NFL. They'd be like ridiculous size. I feel like Zach Wilson would have nothing to worry about. At least coming off the edge anyway. Yeah, I like the Evan Neal pick here. Oh, the New York Football Giants. All right. Giants are weird because wide receiver is not as big of a need of that team as it says it should not be up there that high. Edge, obviously, can't go wrong with O-line. I mean, they already said that Daniel Jones' job is safe next year, so I don't know why. Interior O-line, I mean, like, you could go Kenyon Green, depending on how high you are on him. I like him because he can play literally everywhere on the offensive line. Maybe not center, but, like, both guard positions, both tackle positions. Oh, this is tough. This is tough with the Giants. Because I really don't see them going quarterback at all. You could go Kyle Hamilton. I don't. See, it's so weird because I don't think Dave Gettleman's going to be their GM this next year. Because I think if Dave Gettleman was a GM, Ika Mekwanu would be the pick here all day. I mean, it still could be for sure. But he's like so damn dedicated to building in the trenches that it's like there would be no way anybody else goes at this. I know they're gonna have 2 top 10 picks, but still, like there's still no way that like if he comes there, they're gonna take him. Also go Karlaftis. Because I think their interior D line is definitely way better than the rush they got off the edge. That O-line is so bad, though. I think you got to go Ika Mekwanu here. Yeah, the O-line's just so bad. You got to give if Daniel Jones even is going to have success in the NFL, he's got to have time to at least develop a play. Okay, back to the Jets. Jets second pick already. I was talking about this with the last pick. I think George Karlaftis makes a lot of sense here. I think he would fit on that defense amazingly. I mean 6'4", 275. He's definitely a bigger edge rusher. Definitely not as like athletic as like maybe Thibodeau is. Or even like Hutchinson. But I think you go. I mean, you do just such like he, and it's not even like he's one of those where it's like, oh, he just has to be on passing downs or well, like no, he can stop the run. He's a great, obviously pass rusher. Like I definitely think Karlaftis is probably the way to go here. Carolina. Carolina's interesting because oh my god. I mean, obviously, like if you're picking top 10, you're picking top 10 for a reason, right? Like your team is not very good, but I think Carolina's kind of just like Detroit and Houston, me in the sense where like they just have so many holes to fill, and it seems like they really shouldn't because on paper it just seems like their team should be so much better than it is. I mean, their defense is kind of stacked. Like I I mean, obviously, like quarterbacks in need because like Cam isn't working, Sam Darnold's not working. I don't know how much they trust in PJ Walker to be their starter, but like quarterback's definitely an option here. And this is probably another one where it's just who do you like better, Matt Corral or Kenny Pickett? I think they talk about like NFL ready, and I think Kenny Pickett may be the more NFL ready, if you will. But I think Matt Corral has a higher upside. Hmm. Um. I mean, other than tackle, right? I think it just seems like their offense should be ready to go. They could be a team that's just a quarterback away. I mean, their quarterback play has been horrible, other than their first 3 games. But I mean, since their first 3 games are 2-9, so yeah, I think quarterback's got to be the pick here. I think, and it's obviously before free agency, right? So it's like we don't know what anybody else is doing in free agency. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely make another one of these after free agency because then we'll have some quarterbacks moving around and stuff. Like you don't know what's gonna happen with like Deshaun Watson or even Teddy Bridgewater or anything like that. I think Matt Corral. Matt Corral, I think, is the pick here. Like I said, higher upside. I like how it says it, ideal role, eventual starting quarterback. What about Kenny? Did I think Kenny? Yeah, ready to go. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. But I think Corral's the pick here. Back with the Giants. I really like David Ajabo here. It's crazy to me how we can have 2 edge rushers out of Michigan, both being picked like top 8. David Ajabo is not as much of a power rusher as Aiden Hutchinson, but he's more of a finesse kind of guy on the edge. What I like about Ojabo is obviously he's an edge rusher, so he's a pass rusher, of course. But like he can even drop back into coverage and like cover tight ends, slot receivers, whatever you need, even running backs. I think Ojabo is going to be really good in the NFL level. I think if you get a coach that knows how to use him properly, he can be really good. I think Giants fans just gotta hope Patrick Graham is the guy to do that. All right, on to Washington. This is the first spot to me where like Kyle Hamilton is really intriguing. But Washington is kind of like Carolina in a sense, where like, are they just a quarterback away from really making that push? I mean, like they're sick. What as of right now, they're 6-9. I mean, they got that far with Taylor Heineke, and I mean they have a solid receiver. I mean, Terry McLaurin is obviously very good. They have Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. Um, who knows what De'Ami Brown could turn into, but I think this is another one for a quarterback, and I think this is definitely where Kenny Pickett goes. Kenny Pickett got to lead Washington to the promised land. Okay, Atlanta. I think Atlanta's defense just fails them year in and year out. I like they found it. I think they found a gem in AJ Terrell. I think they really did, but I don't know. It's just so difficult because it's one of those teams where like on paper it's like, oh man, they shouldn't be that bad, but they really just are. I mean, no other way around that. I think this is where Kyle Hamilton ends up. Makes a lot of sense. Denver. Denver is another intriguing one because it's again, could they take a quarterback here? I mean, it's again with the free agency. It's like, do they like Teddy enough to keep him around? I know that they don't want to keep Drew Lock that long. Hmm. This is tough. Uh, it's funny because to me Denver has one of like the deepest cornerback or like DB rooms in all of the NFL, and for some reason, corner just sounds like it could work here. Hmm. Andrew Booth. I mean, who do they got right now? They got Pat Surtain, Ronald Darby, Bryce Callahan. I mean, it sounds intriguing, but at the same time, I don't think so. Do they reach on a quarterback? I think this could be a pick where they trade down. Uh, you know what? Let's do that. We're gonna make a trade. Oh, we can't. Oh, dang, that sucks. Dang, I wanted to make a trade because I feel like a trade with Philly would be great there. I mean, they obviously have the capital to do it. Uh, just trying to think of like other than quarterback, what's Denver's needs? I mean, I think they're good at receiver. They're good at running back. Their O line isn't bad. I think they could take one here. Uh, Charles Cross. What do we think about Charles Cross? I mean, definitely could be a good setting up tackle. Not the best in run blocking, but a great pass protector. I'm really stuck here. You know what? I think they go for Sam Howell here. I think that if they don't make a move for one in free agency, I like I said, the it could be intriguing to trade with Philly, but I don't know because you got Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh might definitely take one there too. It's so weird. There's so many quarterback needy teams this offseason. Crazy. All right, Minnesota. Okay, who do we got? I don't know if Harrison Smith's contract is up at the end of this year. I don't think so. But I think defense is probably the way to go here. We like more. We like Andrew Booth at corner. How far does the interior D line drop off? By a lot. I think Devontae Wyatt could actually go in the first round. I don't think he should be ranked that low. Two interior D linemen out of Georgia. I actually like the Andrew Booth pick here. I think that would fit Minnesota. Because, I mean, on their D line, Daniil Hunter, Everson Griffin was just back in 1 year. DeMarvin Leal is kind of intriguing. Because he's not like a straight up defensive tackle. I mean, 6'4", 290, like you'd think so, but he's way more agile, way more of like an athlete. Actually, I do like the. Dang. This is tough for Minnesota. I think getting to the quarterback's a bigger need. We're going to go with the L here. Okay, New Orleans. New Orleans is also in a spot to take a quarterback. I don't think Ritter or Strong go this high. Or Malik Willis. I mean, it's so weird because like some teams could just have like, for whatever reason, like say the Saints, right? They're like, oh, Malik Willis is like our number one quarterback. I mean, then definitely like they would take him, but in this sense, it's just hard for me to see that happening. So Michael Thomas is coming back next year. And their number 2 wide receiver is who? Marquez Callaway? I mean, I like Jameson Williams here a lot. It gives them a vertical threat downfield. I mean, even if they bring Jameis back, I could see them bringing Jameis back. I think that just opens up their field a lot. I think a duo of Michael Thomas and Jameson Williams would be pretty deadly, to say the least. Do a lot of damage. Okay, Cleveland edge. Because I think Clowney is just on a 1-year deal. Interior D line. I mean, is their D line even really that bad though? Interior O line. Wide receiver could be a pick. I mean, their top receiver is Jarvis Landry. Donovan Peoples-Jones has been kind of coming to fruition. Be a Jordan Davis pick. 6'6", 340. Dude is a massive human being. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, they got Myles Garrett, who is just going to always be dominant as hell. I mean, I just think that'd be kind of nasty if they got somebody that massive on their interior. I actually do like Jordan Davis here. Pittsburgh. Now, if Sam Howell wasn't picked earlier, I could definitely see this being Sam Howell picked because I think Sam Howell is actually kind of close to Ben Roethlisberger in a sense. Check the comparison to Sam Ehlinger. Yikes. I just think he fits the scheme more. I think Sam Howell is going to be exactly like Baker Mayfield. I don't know why I get that so much, but I just think he's going to be exactly like Baker. Well, they need to get better on the O-line for a couple reasons. One, Najee needs to be able to run the ball better. Two, whoever they have at quarterback got to be able to stay in the pocket longer. Charles. I like the Charles Cross pick here. I mean, you could help in the run blocking, but I mean, especially pass blocking. Like you need to give especially if you have a rookie quarterback, you need to give him time. The Los Angeles Chargers. What do we got? I mean, there's not going to be a tight end that goes this high. There's not going to be a tight end that goes to at least like mid-second round. An edge again. I think Mike Williams is a free agent at the end of this year. It's not going to be Tyler Linderbaum because, I mean, they got Corey Linsley. Kenyon Green could be the pick here. Just keep boosting the O-line and just give Herbert even more time. You know, it's funny because I'm a Raiders fan, so it's like we play the Chargers twice a year. I feel like I should know more about the Chargers than I do. What are we thinking edgewise? Oh, Trevon Walker's still there. Yeah, no, I actually like that. I think Trevon Walker is going to go a lot higher than people think. He honestly, I didn't think about him, but I think he could even be a play at 10 for Atlanta if they don't take Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, to the Raiders now. I mean, you could argue that definitely argue that O-line has been our weakest point this year. I mean, Kenyon Green offers such versatility. Because it's like, I mean, last year we took Alex Leatherwood and thought he was going to be our starting right tackle, but now he's moved into a guard position. I don't know how good Jonathan Green's lateral ability. I don't know how good his lateral is. He might be able to bounce out of right tackle for us. But it's like either I think Kenyon Green just fits what the Raiders need on the O-line desperately. Because I mean, like, it's almost so hard to tell. Like, you could just say on the Raiders O-line, the one thing that they don't need is a left tackle. Colton Miller's there to stay. But it's like at left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, all could use upgrades. Andre James has been impressive so far this year at the center position. But I mean, like we were saying, like Kenyon Green can play both guard positions and right tackle. So I just think that pick makes way too much sense there to pass up on. All right, Baltimore. It's so hard to tell with Baltimore because Baltimore has just been so riddled with injuries that it's like you almost can't tell. I mean, like, okay, I'm trying to think here. We got Patrick Queen, who is getting better and better each year. Marlon Humphrey on the outside. Anthony Averett, I think, has been quietly impressive. Safety could be a move here. Could get Andrew Booth on the outside. I do kind of like that, actually. You know, yeah, because I know, like I said, Anthony Averett's been quietly impressive, but I think you got to get somebody else out there that's going to be like, maybe not as dominant as Marlon Humphrey, but at least kind of close to where he's at. All right, so first of two straight Eagles picks, and first of three within 5 picks of each other. Philly, I think, could be in a spot to take best player available. I think that they might. I think the Phillies going to stick with Jalen Hurts. So I'm thinking that this could be best player available situation. I really like. I really like Chris Olave. I really like Chris Olave here. Get him some more weapons. I mean, we got Devontae Smith there. Obviously, that's going to be really good. I think Jalen Reagor's got a lot to prove. But I mean, I think you got to bolster the wide receiver room. I know Jason Kelsey is there. And he could be there for a long time. I don't know. Tyler Linderbaum to Philly intrigues me. We might not go like that, though. Treylin Burks would be a good pick, too. Hmm. Their O-line is good. I just think they just kind of have a little bit of tough time staying healthy. Let's see what we got for corner. We got Roger McCreary, Kyer Elam, Ahmad Gardner, Trent McDuffie, even Martin Emerson. Yeah, I think you need somebody. I mean, Avonte Maddox is good. Do we got a slot corner? It's so hard because I can't tell. Roger McCreary might be the way to go then. Yeah. They have good DBs. I just think like it doesn't hurt to cornerback to me is kind of like edgy. It doesn't hurt to have too many. Yeah, I can see that. Could help to Matt. I think it's Avonte Maddox, right? Avonte Maddox and Darius Slay. All right, Miami. I don't even think Miami's defense is that bad. Miami is so weird because it's like last year they go out and outperform, go like 10-6, and then this year it's like they start out 1-7, and everybody's like, "Wow, what happened?" And now they've won 7 straight games and are 8-7, currently 7 seed in the wild card. I think Tua is getting better. I mean, their top receiver is Devontae Parker. There's nothing wrong with Devontae Parker, but he's not a wide receiver one. And I see Garrett Wilson sitting there, and I think that's just way too good to pass up on. Especially Wilson falling that far. Yeah, gotta bolster it. And then I've been thinking about this for a while. Treylin Burks to New England, I feel like would just be a fever dream for Bill Belichick. I think Burks there would make way too much sense. I mean, he's going more of a yards after catch guy. He can, in my opinion, he can kind of do what Julian Edelman did for them, but even more athletic. So I think Burks there makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, and we're back to Philly's pick. Do I like an edge rusher here? Drake Jackson is intriguing because I think it'll almost depend how he does at his pro day or the combine to where he goes. Because I think people are just so mixed emotions on him. I'm seriously tempted to just take another wide receiver. I'm not going to, but it's tempting. I like Jaquan Brisker here. One of those more. He reminds me a lot of Jonathan Abram. He's kind of a reckless kind of kind of safety, but the only problem with Brisker, he's kind of like injury problems. But I mean, when he's on the field, he's so good. I like Brisker here a lot. I think they're not finished bolstering that secondary. Yeah, I like those picks for Philly. All right, we got Arizona. Arizona's going to be odd because their offense is like so much worse without D Hop on it. Which is kind of like a obviously statement because he's arguably top receiver in the league, but like I mean Christian Kirk's a free agent at the end of this year, and I don't know if he's coming back. I'm sure Arizona's gonna try to retain him, but this is a tough one. I mean, Edge is difficult because they got Chandler Jones and Marcus Golden that I think are both in the last year of their contracts. I just don't think that they're in a good position to take an edge rusher here. Cornerback would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think cornerback's gonna be able to go here because I mean we got Byron Murphy and Marco Wilson that start out there. I like Byron Murphy. I mean Marco is just in his rookie year, and it's just hard to see what he's gonna be. But they're just so young at the corner position, and I mean I just think that like yeah, even though you'd be getting younger here, it doesn't hurt to bring another one in at all. What I mean is like it's just so hard to tell what they're gonna be, because like I think that Byron Murphy is gonna be solid. I think that Marco is even gonna be solid too. It's just gonna take a little bit of time for him. See, I think between Elam, Gardner, McDuffie, and Emerson, it's really just gonna come down to who do you like better because they're just so close. I like Trent McDuffie a lot here. I think McDuffie fits Arizona. Because even if you want it, I like McDuffie's versatility because even if you wanted to keep Murphy and Wilson on the outside, you could slide McDuffie inside. Or if you wanted to switch, maybe because I think Byron Murphy coming out of college was a slot corner. So I mean, you could even McDuffie can play both inside and outside, and I think that's great for his versatility. Yeah, I like Trent McDuffie here. Sorry, my cat's biting stuff. What are you doing? All right. Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills could honestly just take best player available. Tyler Linderbaum, actually. I mean, like, yeah, they got Mitch Morse at center, but I think Tyler Linderbaum would be an upgrade, definitely. Nothing wrong with Mitch Morse per se, but I just think that Tyler Linderbaum, yeah, makes a lot of sense here. Starting center right off the bat. Makes the O-line younger. I think makes it even better. Can grow a rapport with Josh Allen. I like Linderbaum here. Cincinnati Bengals. I think Cincinnati should just. I obviously Joe Burrow is going to be the starting quarterback there for a while. I mean, he just threw for 525 yards, man. I mean, come on. But yeah, he's going to be the starting lineman there for a while. I think here it's one of those. Who do you like better, Trevor Penning or Nicholas Petit? I mean, I like Trevor Penning better. The only thing Trevor Penning's got going against him is from FCS school. So, I mean, who they got at left tackle? I gotta look. We got okay, Jonah Williams, Isaiah Prince. Okay, so they definitely could use an upgrade there. Quentin Spain. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Forgot they took Jackson Carman last year. Jackson Carman might be in line to start next year. Yeah. I like Trevor Penning better. I know it says starting left tackle. You could definitely switch him over to right tackle. Yeah. We gotta go with Trevor Penning there. Gotta protect your star quarterback. Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin is... I'm 95% sure Chris Godwin's going to leave in free agency. I don't think they're going to bring Antonio Brown back. Jahan Dotson makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know if they're going to compare him to him right here. Deontay Johnson, okay. I just think he could just slide right into what Chris Godwin was doing. I mean, they're both out of Penn State, but, like, definitely could fit right in to Chris Godwin's role. I just see them replacing him there. Ooh, back with Detroit. Forget Detroit has 2 first-round picks. Again, I mean, I think it's just best player available. I mean, Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean. Either one could go there. Be a chance for a corner. Unfortunately, Jeff Okudah is not looking incredible. I mean, his first year really didn't do anything. I mean, this past year, I mean, I know he had an injury like in the first game. Who do we like better? I think Kaiir Elam is the way to go. I don't know. I know, obviously, still young. Could still definitely get better. I mean, the only cornerback they really got there that's, like, proving that they're worth something is Amani Oruwariye. I think they just got to hope for Jeff Okudah. But yeah, for right now, I don't think it would hurt to take another one. Titans, this is going to come down to who do you like better, Devin Lloyd or Nakobe Dean. I personally think Devin Lloyd, I think, has proved more, and then he can be more of a solid starter. Nakobe Dean is more of a raw kind of what can you do with him. I think Devin Lloyd's definitely the pick here. The Dallas Cowboys. I mean, their offense is incredible, obviously. Darian Kinnard is intriguing here. 6'5", 345 guard. I mean, I know Zach Martin's still there. Connor Williams is a free agent at the end of the year. So at that point, you'd almost be looking to replace a left guard. I mean, I don't know if interior line's that big of a need. Edge, I mean, Jermaine Johnson makes sense. I mean, it just seems like they're always so stacked at linebacker. Daxton Hill, actually. Teron Curtis, DeMonte Casey. I view DeMonte Casey as more of a linebacker than anything. It's kind of like Keanu Neal. I mean, he started out as a safety, now he's a middle linebacker. Anthony Brown, Calvin Joseph. Yeah, I think Daxton Hill is going to be the pick here. Provides more needed help in their secondary. I think the Cowboys secondary is really the one thing kind of dragging them down. Yeah, like they got Trayvon Diggs, who's got like 11 interceptions, but I think that's where they could use some help. Oh, Kansas City. I don't even know. Kansas City could probably just take whoever the hell they want here. Nakobe Dean actually makes a lot of sense because they got Nick Bolton, who's looking good. Linebacker might be their weakest point on their team. I don't see Jordan Battle going this high. Nakobe Dean makes sense, actually. Oh, this is tough. Their secondary is not that great either, though. Oh, man. Nakobe Dean or Ahmad Gardner? Omar Emerson. Bruce, man. I think Ahmad Gardner makes more sense, actually. I kind of like Nakobe Dean here. Could go more tackle. I don't know if Bakhtiari's leaving. I think we're going to go with Dean here for Green Bay. Actually, well, it'd be really funny because like if Aaron Rodgers leaves, I could totally see this being the year that they finally actually take a freaking wide receiver. I think Drake London could sneak into the first round. Oh man, this is a tough one. Because they could take Nick, they could take Nakobe, they could take Drake. Let's see what we got. We got Valdez Scaling, we got Lazard. Amari Rodgers could improve St. Brown. Because Rodgers and Adams could both leave. Granted, they both could come back too, but it's so hard doing this before free agency started because you don't know. Devondre Campbell's only there on a 1-year deal. I mean, he's been really good, so they might resign him. Chris Barnes, I mean, they play... Because Dean's more of an inside linebacker, right? I'm pretty sure. Stack linebacker. I mean... You could probably play him both inside or outside. think I like the Dean pick here more. Yeah. We got... And there's a few positions you could definitely go different on. I mean, a few picks you could definitely maybe go different, but... I'll definitely do more of these. Maybe do some I don't know. Maybe I'll do some specific Raiders ones. Longer ones, like 2-3 rounds. Yeah, definitely do something like that. But I appreciate you guys watching. For this first mock draft one, I appreciate that. And I'll see you next stream. Peace.